now watching I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6 times!
What is going on, horror fanatics? Welcome to I Shot Him Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. If you have not done so already, please shoot this stream a like. It definitely helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton. As well as if you happen to be a new viewer to this channel, please shoot that subscribe button as well as that notification icon so you guys can get all the latest content updates to the channel. Guys, do not mind me right now. I'm literally operating on 2 hours of sleep. Maybe even less than that. I was literally up all night putting together memberships and all that stuff so I can have it ready here for this morning and then putting the stream together. I didn't even get the stream put together till like, 6 something this morning, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, it's definitely been a long night and a long morning. And speaking of memberships, memberships are now available. So when you click onto the channel, you will see the join button right there on the channel. So if you want to become a member, click on the join button, check out the tiers and the levels, and see which one is for you. And would love for you guys to become a new member here to the channel. I greatly appreciate everybody who supports the growth of this channel. It definitely helps out the YouTube algorithm and just the channel in general a ton. It definitely does. I greatly appreciate you guys. So I know I'm way behind, guys. I really was supposed to start the stream at 9 o'clock. That's what my goal was. Like I said, I'm going to be completely honest. I fell asleep at like 7:15, 7:30ish. And it's a little bit past 9. And then I was like, all right, I was having some technical difficulties. Which it seems like I'm having now for some reason, even though everything on my end seems to be pretty good, but just a quick lag there for a second. But yeah, I'm a little off kilter this morning, everybody. Just give me a couple minutes to warm up, if you will, and all that stuff. And as well as I get loaded up, be sure to also, if you have a burning question that you want to ask, or if you just want to show support to the channel, be sure to drop a super chat. Those go to the front of the line, as well as be sure to drop a super thanks. Those definitely help out with the YouTube channel as well. So let me get this banner put up here, guys. I didn't even get the damn banner set up. That's how you guys know I'm off. I am so off right now. But don't worry. Let me get it together here, and we will start. I will mention that from now on the podcast, I am going to try to go every morning from 9 to 12 starting next week. I'm going to extend it to 3 hours because I want to be able to fit 6 movie topics or 6 overall topics of discussion. 30 minutes each will touch on, for the entire stream, which would equal out to 3 hours worth of content. So today is going to be 2 hours. We're going to touch on 4 topics, 4 different films. And yeah, that's going to be the new wave here on podcasts. I'm excited for it. Excuse me. It's a good way to keep up on everything horror. It's a good way to talk about everything. I can't get to everything in videos. So the best form to keep up on all the horror news, even breaking news as it comes in, is to do it this way. So this is why I am implementing this, and this basically is format onto the podcast. Okay, so let me get this banner situated. I hope everybody is having a great morning this morning. Again, I apologize for my tardiness and for my unpreparedness. It's not that I wasn't really prepared. It's just, like I said, I'm operating on not even 2 hours of sleep. So it's just like I'm still trying to, get it together here. All right, here we go. And as you guys know, you will hear the dogs bark at some point because every little thing they hear, they have to bark over. It just happens. They are a part of the channel and as part of the streams as much as I am. Okay, so and then after I'm done putting this banner together, I will check out you guys' comments. I do see we have 6 people here in the audience. I greatly appreciate you guys showing up this morning. I know it's a little bit early, so and I know some of you actually might be at work. So I greatly appreciate you guys taking the time to stop in and discuss some horror movie topics. It's greatly appreciated. And I just love conversating with you guys. You guys know how this goes. Alrighty, now we got this taken care of. Okay, so let's blow this up on the screen and let's get to you guys' comments before we delve into today's topics. I will be going to I want to say 12:15. It's just how I was and stuff. So I want to make up that time and kind of, make sure it's an even 2 hours. Okay, so I'm going to go back up here to the top of the chats so I can get to everybody who has commented so far this morning. Again, guys, I am sorry for my tardiness. I know some of you guys actually, commented well before I even started, before the stream was even supposed to start at 9, and I greatly appreciate that. As I said, I'm well behind. It's just when you hardly get any sleep, you guys know how it goes. You're trying to put everything together. You don't get much sleep, and then when you do get a little bit of sleep, you kind of oversleep on the time you had something scheduled. So that's where we're at here. But real quickly, my good friend, Hunting for Entertainment. I don't know why is it not showing up. Okay, so I don't know. It's saying it's showing, but I don't see it popping up here on the screen. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if maybe if I take it off the star, maybe. No. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, so my good friend Bob from Hunting for Entertainment has became a new member to the channel. Bob, I greatly appreciate you, buddy, and we definitely got to get on a live stream here soon together. Um I actually am putting together a Halloween franchise omnibus, and I got a hold of Brandon from my Scary and Night to do films 1 through 3. I was actually going to you up 4 through 6 because I know that Jamie Lloyd is your favorite character in the Halloween franchise. So that will be taking place in June. That will be starting in June. So Bob, definitely keep an eye on messages, buddy, and I will give you more details on when Halloween franchise omnibus 4 through 6 will be taking place, because I definitely would love to have you on, as well as the 1K celebration. Me and Eric still got to put that together. I wanted to do that last Sunday, but last Sunday was Mother's Day. And I'm going to sound like a total piece of shit for this. I forgot that it was Mother's Day, but I made up for that last month because I got my mom her Mother's Day gift in April. So that's why I wasn't so focused on Sunday being Mother's Day, because I already took care of my mom for Mother's Day this year, which I actually got to take her to go meet her guy, David Howard Thornton, who plays Terrifier, who plays Art the Clown. And I will be uploading footage from that as well here in the coming days. And safe to say, she was fairly hype for that. It was good to see mom that happy. It was like watching a kid in the candy store, kind of like watching myself in a candy store, all over again, when she would take me to go get penny candy, box of pizza, and multiple horror movies so we can spend time together and hang out for the night. But Bob, I greatly appreciate you, man. I don't know why it is not showing up here on the screen that you are a new member, but buddy, I greatly appreciate you. And I don't know what tier level that you signed up for. But once I am done with the stream, I will go into my memberships and in my analytics and check it out and see which one you signed up for, my friend, so I can make sure that you get all the exclusive perks that come with the level that you paid for. So again, guys, if you want to become a member to the channel, go on the channel, shoot that join button, check out the levels list, and see what level is best for you. I try to make it as affordable as possible. I really did. And I threw some pretty damn decent perks in there, at least in my opinion. But yeah, definitely go check out the levels list, guys. I would name each tier, each level, of perks off for you guys. My mind's just not there right now to remember all of it. I remember most of it, but I can't remember all of it. And I don't want to mislead you guys. So definitely go check out the join button. I mean, shoot the join button, check out the levels list, see what tier is best for you, financially, etc., and see what perks, that come with it are the best, for you to become a member here on the channel. Okay, so now I'm going to start flying through these comments because I know I'm way behind. Scott Walker in the chat coming in at 8:33 a.m. Hey, Scott, I hope you're having a great morning, man. Or afternoon, where you may be, Scott. I hope you're having a great day. Blucka in the chat saying, will be funny to see. I know what you did last summer is lying about Freddie Prinze Jr. If Freddie Prinze Jr. was lying about, I know what you did last summer. Huh, interesting. Care to elaborate on that, Blucka? Because I haven't heard anything about that. I don't know if there's like rumors that he's not going to be in it or what. I haven't heard anything like that. What we are going to discuss about in terms of I know what you did last summer today is, do they have a villain problem for this movie? And we'll discuss that when we get there. I saw that in a Screen Rant article, and I thought that it was really interesting to talk about. And I think it's, I think it's a valid question to ask. Does I know what you did last summer, this, sequel that's supposed to be coming out, do they have a villain problem? So we will get there. The Blood Rose Horror Nightmare saying, good morning, everyone. Hey, good morning to you, Blood Rose. I will say this because, it reminds me of the fan film. I watched that fan film on Friday the 13th. Michael from Movies and Beyond put me onto it. If I'm not mistaken, it's called, I want to say it's Rose Red or maybe even Blood Rose. I can't remember exactly what the actual title is, but it had the actress who played in Friday the 13th Part 7 come back, the one with the telekinesis. And I thought that fan film was really, really good. I'm going to be starting a fan film section here on the channel. I'll do a playlist to where I'm going to be covering these fan film movies that are coming out, as well as ones that have already came out, because I love talking about fan films. I think there's some things in those fan films that could actually be utilized in an actual big budget, big screen picture for any of these horror movies. Some of these ideas that these creators come up with is pretty legit. It's pretty dope. Scott Walker saying, I think I may have found Christina Carpenter in Scream 1. The girl we see in the blue dress at Stu's house. I think that could be Christina Carpenter. I mean, we do have to keep in mind that the radio silence said Christina Carpenter wasn't in Scream 1. So, if they wanted to write her in, I've made videos saying that she could possibly be Christina. I actually am going to lean more toward what everybody else thinks, and that's the girl in the hallway at the high school where you hear her friend coming behind her saying, hey, Christy, wait up. I think that has a good chance to actually be more Christina than the girl in the blue dress at Stu's house. However, I think the girl in the blue dress at Stu's house could potentially be his sister, Leslie Mocker. Potentially. The only reason why I say that is because we have to keep in mind Leslie's a couple years older than Stu. And we have to think about how was he able to get the alcohol to his house for that party? So something to think about. I mean, she could absolutely just be a side character that was in Scream 1. But if these creators wanted to take that character and make her a character into today's timeline, I think I'd rather see this girl be Leslie Mocker because of how much you've seen her in Stu's house, like how featured she was. I think it would make a lot more sense for that girl in a blue dress to be Leslie Mocker. But I could be wrong. We'll see how this all shakes out. All right, I'm gonna zoom down here, catch up with you guys' comments. Plucker saying Mark looking like he just came back from clubbing. Yeah, man, clubbing all night on his dang on channel. Trying to figure out how to get the memberships up because I was for like literally like an hour or 2 hours, I was hitting a snag with the emojis. They would not pass my memberships because the emojis that I was trying to upload, I guess, was like the file size was either too big or the pixel size was too small, whatever. And I was literally, this shit was giving me a run for my money. And then I finally was able to find a couple that, had a bar. So finally got it done. I tell you, it's being a content creator is not as easy as one may think, honestly. And I'm sure my good friend Craven Something Scary can attest to that. What's going on, Steven? Good morning, my friend. I'm so glad that you are home, buddy. Honestly, I've seen that in the chat here as well. And I know you said something about it a couple days ago that you were going home. Godspeed, man. Honestly, like I'm so glad to have you back basically full time now, man. It's awesome. But more important is your health has gotten better. That's number one priority, brother. And glad to see you here this morning. And I'm glad that you are home with the family. And Bob, our newest channel member from Hunting for Entertainment, saying, hey, everyone, not sure how long I'll be able to chat. In the area is bad Wi-Fi. Well, friend, as long as you are here, hanging out, tuning in, I greatly appreciate your presence, man. Even if you can't say a whole lot, just your presence being here in the chat makes the chat a lot better, Bob. So, man, again, thank you so much for your membership, brother. And again, we got to definitely get back up on here and collab. Jonathan Brake saying, good morning. Hey, what's going on, Jonathan? I hope you're having a great morning. Mayan in the chat as well saying, hello, guys. Hey, what's going on, Mayan? I hope you're having a great morning. Right, and Gina's in the chat as well, my chunky Jordy. Let me pull that back up here real quick. Yeah, it was so weird. See, everything else is showing up. I don't know why Bob's membership didn't show up here. That's weird. I don't know if you guys seen it, but it wasn't showing up here on my end. That's right, Gina, saying, glad you're back at home, Craven. That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I hope you're having a great morning, Gina. And I hope your Jordy is having a great morning as well. Okay, so hold on real quick because I've just seen it. Hold on. Annette is in the chat, but I could have sworn I did see Annette in the chat, but for some reason it's not like showing. Okay, yeah, that's right. Nanette is the Blood Rose Horror Nightmare. That's right. Nanette, girl, you be getting me with these name changes. So much be going on that I'd be forgetting. So I hope you're having a great morning, Nanette. I'm glad to see you here in the chat. Hold up. What's up, Sister Pam? Sister Pam in the chat saying, Team Christie, wait up. Let's go. I mean, hey, listen, Pam, I will say this. I definitely do think that in Scream 7, we will get introduced to Christina Carpenter. I think it's a must. I feel like if they don't bring her into the franchise, it will be a terrible missed opportunity because with Christina, unlike we got with Maureen in the original trilogy, Maureen was dead. Christina is alive. So the fact that she is alive and we know, all the secrets about her and Billy, and there could potentially be more secrets. We don't know what else is in that diary. They definitely have to bring her in my opinion. No doubt about it. No doubt about bringing Christina Carpenter into this next movie. Now, I know, Pam, that you believe that she's working with Stu. I'm not against that. I definitely do think a lot of your ideas, they support that for sure. The only issue I have with it is what would be her motive for killing Tara. And the only reason why I say that is because I don't see her. I feel like her and Tara's relationship has always been a lot better than her and Samantha's relationship. And the only other way I see that working with Christina helping Stu and being a part of this cult of ghost faces that we all hope to get is if Tara is involved with her. That's the only way I think that will work, in my opinion. That's just me. Because I can't see why Christina would want to kill Tara unless, she's really that mad at Tara for, choosing Samantha over her. I mean, I guess you can say that's motive, but then what was the motive for attacking her in Scream 5, But nonetheless, Pam, I definitely do want to see some Christina Carpenter in Scream 7. I'm right there with you. And I actually do believe that if whoever this new director is, if it's not Radio Silence, if they don't come back, whoever this new director and creative team may be, I do think that if they would go back and watch Scream 1996 and see that hallway scene where you hear that girl say, "Hey, Christy, wait up," I definitely do think that they could sit there and be like, we could make her Christina Carpenter. Even though Radio Silence said she's not in Scream 1996, we all know you can retcon that. You can work around that. But definitely good to see you in the chat, Pam. We also got to get together for a collaboration. I know you're available. You said you're available in the morning, so hopefully one of these mornings we can link up for sure. Yes, hey, yeah, Craven, that's right. Saying Stu train is rolling. Yeah, buddy, just like the Charlie plane is flying. He is flying all over the universe, my man. Him and Stu working together, man. I'm telling you, one via air, one is on the ground via train tracks. Let's go. I'm all for it, Steven. You know it. Speaking of the Charlie plane, I actually have this idea for some merchandise or whatever. I actually have the concept and everything imprinted, ingrained in my head. So I can't wait to release that. I cannot wait for that. But that's right, though, Steven. Definitely, for sure. Stu Nation, the Stu train is definitely rolling. Man, I can't wait. Man, I just can't get over the fact you could have Stu on one side, Charlie Walker on the other side, and you just mix that brutality all together. Oh, would love to see it. Would love to see it. That would be such a brutal movie. It really would. And I'm all for it. As long as it makes sense, though, of course. Pam saying, yes, she's got to be working with Stu. They've known each other since high school. See, that's another thing, though, Pam, is that I have a hard time 100% being behind. And the only reason why I say that is, do we know for a fact that Billy told Stu about Christina? Because it didn't seem like Billy told Stu about his motive for wanting to kill Sydney or killing Maureen. You get that look in Stu in the kitchen when Billy's spewing off the motive, and he looks completely shocked. He looks completely in the unknown. And I feel like there is certain things that Billy did not tell Stu. And I think Christina could have been one of those possible things that he did not tell Stu about. But there's also the possibility that he did tell Stu and that Christina and Stu do know each other. So It's 50-50 at this point. That would be crazy though. You know, having her, you know, having her be helping Stu. Wow, man, that you talk about twisted. You talk about putting a nice twist on the mother character, you know, in this iteration of Scream. Because Maureen, even though she had her secrets and her demons, you know, she obviously was dead. So we didn't get to see her basically turn into a killer or anything. That would be pretty wild. You know, Christina Carpenter being revealed as a Ghostface mastermind with Stu Macher. That would be insane. I'm not against it though. I'm not against it at all. We got to get a little bit different. We got to add a little bit pizzazz to the franchise. And I'm not against it as long as it makes sense. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to get to the rest of you guys' comments, and then we're going to start on this Exorcist believer conversation. You know, they had that test screening that apparently was on some poo-poo. So I want to talk about that, you know, for sure. I haven't gotten around to talking about it, so we're going to talk about it here on the podcast. Blucka Blucka saying, well, you got disappointed when new characters take over and reboot the franchise and don't pay off anything. Now, if you're talking about Scream Blucka, that is something that I have thought of. What if the Scream franchise goes in a direction of the Scream TV series? Basically, we get two movies that have these plot holes that need answered, these characters that need introduced, but we don't get it. And then go in a completely different direction in the next film with a new cast. And Blucka, to answer your question, if they did that, I think you can see the smoke coming out of my ears right now. Like, woo! If they did that, that would really be disappointing and disheartening. Because, in my opinion, especially in Scream 6, you established a good cast with these four characters. I don't want to see a bunch of new characters come in and take over. For what? What reason? If it don't have anything to do with our previous characters from the last films, what was the point in introducing them in the fifth one and bringing them back in the sixth one if you're not going to bring them back for a third one? You didn't definitively conclude Samantha's storyline. So if they did that, if they went the Scream TV series route, I think I would be speaking for a lot of us in the fandom that we'd be pretty pissed off. We'd be pretty upset at that. That makes absolutely no sense, especially given the fact that it has been proven that this cast and these movies are still very profitable. So to answer your question, Blucka, ooh, bro, come on, man, don't jinx that. Don't do that. Come on, man. I don't want to see that. Come on. We got to get these payoffs, bruh. Like, dang. Shoot, I ain't sitting up here, you know, till 3, 4 in the morning, putting videos and content together, talking about how Kirby Reed is a mastermind Ghostface with the rest of them, all for her not to be in it and the rest of these characters not to be in it. And we get nothing to pay off. No, I ain't putting in all this hard work for nothing. None of us content creators are. But that would be disappointing and wild if they did that, if they went that direction. And real quickly, see, I don't know why this is not showing. Okay, there we go. Now it's showing. There we go. Yeah, let's go. Now StreamYard wants to work. Let's go. The Blood Rose Horror Nightmare, Nanette, became a new YouTube channel member. Nanette, I don't know what tier you signed up for. It doesn't let me know here, but I greatly appreciate that, Nanette. Honestly, I appreciate the hell out of you. That is so awesome that you have become a channel member to the channel. That is so cool. And I will take a look at what tier you signed up for so that I can make sure that you get the maximized on your perks that I put together in that tier. I like to think I did pretty damn good on these tiers, guys. I'd like to think so. I will plug the last perk, well, the last tier. I will plug it real quick. The highest tier that you can pay for is $50, and you will see it says live streaming and stuff on it, and you will see on some of the lower tiers it says the same thing. However, what's different about the highest tier is that the live streams that I'm talking about and the content I'm talking about is exclusive access to content from me going to these horror conventions, live streaming from the hotel, all that. Everything that whatever I'm doing at the convention, that's with that perk, that's what you'll be getting. You'll be getting footage of that. So definitely check it out. Yeah, when I was sitting there putting these bad boys together, especially when I got to the highest one, I'm like, man, what could I really offer? You know what I mean? That is really worth the value of this, price I'm asking for. And I was like, bing, bro, you go to all these horror conventions. Those who unfortunately might not be able to go, they would love to see, even if you've never been to one. Y'all would love to see that. Y'all would love to see footage from that. So I was like, bing, right there. Let's put it together. So basically, every time I go on a trip to a horror convention, especially for the entire weekend, you will get exclusive footage to that trip with that membership. Now, that's not to say that some of the lower tiers don't offer that as well. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say it's my $10 or $14 tier that offers, or not a tier, go take a look. But one of those lower tiers offers basically photos from the events. I put that in one of the lower tiers. So you will get some footage in terms of images, stuff like that. But if you want to know if I can get into the Q&A and you want that type of footage, that's how, you would go about that, is you would sign up to the highest level here on a channel membership. But again, Nanette, thank you so much for your membership. I greatly appreciate that. That is so awesome. And you're another one that I got to get it here on the channel, Nanette. We've been flirting with that for so long now, and it's just with, my technical difficulties, before, and just scheduling, it has never came to fruition. So we definitely got to link up. I will say this. I want to get into Mayfair Witches because they have, my girl from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the one with Trey Songz in it. I forget. I want to say it's what, Alexandra or something. I forget how to pronounce her last name. But I know she's in it, and I want to catch up on that. And I know you're a big fan of witches, Nanette, so that's something we could definitely collaborate together on if you are down for that. I haven't watched Mayfair Witches yet, so I don't know what I'm getting myself into. But I know she's in it. And usually anything she's in is pretty damn good. So, but again, thank you for your membership, Nanette. Scott Walker saying, I would love to see a prison scene with a ghost face going around the prison killing people, and he kills a prison officer and the governor, and it's Stu, but the cult rescue him from jail. Well, Scott, I'm not against, the whole, I don't want to say Ghostface being in jail, but I'm not against Stu or Charlie both being in jail at the same time, and somehow, some way, whether they stop their pulse or find out another way to fake their deaths, they fake their deaths in jail, have somebody on the outside working for them or with them, so that when, they go to the coroners, they pick them up, whatever, however that could work out. I would love to see that, in all honesty, because I think that would be, in terms of both of them coming back and it making sense, I think that would be the best route to go. Have both of them in jail, especially Stu, but he fakes his death in jail. And whoever is helping him is the one that gets him out, basically, helps him stage his death in jail. Because then nobody would know he's alive. Government officials, everybody would think he's dead. In my opinion, that would be the perfect scenario. That's the way to go. Yeah, that's right, Steven. Absolutely right. You're saying, yes, it would be very disappointing if they miss all these opportunities. Absolutely. Absolutely, Steven. I don't want to see a Scream TV series happen to the movies. I don't. I'm still hoping that we get a return to Lakewood in a TV series. We need those. We need that storyline tied up. I would love to see those cast of characters come back for the TV series. Willa Fitzgerald, John Carna. That's my boy right there, John Carna. I love him in that. Basically because he's like the new Randy. Absolutely love John Carna in Scream the TV series as Noah. Okay, so I'm going to blaze through you guys' comments here because I know I'm a little bit behind. Oh, okay. Nice, Nanette. Well, real quick before, because I want to say bye to Steven. And Steven, I know you're going live at 11:30. So when I'm done with this stream, buddy, you already know I'm going to come check you out. But Craven saying, got to run, guys. Enjoyed hanging out with everyone. Have an awesome day and great rest of the stream. Marcus, shoot me an IG message about the 1K stream so we can discuss it. Great job, bro. Yes, absolutely. For sure, my man. Definitely. I don't know if you're still here, Steven, but I'm actually thinking about talking to Eric about maybe doing the 1K celebration next Sunday when I'm done at the convention. Because that's the last day of the convention, and I'm going to be staying at the hotel until Monday. So I'm definitely going to shoot you a message, buddy. And we will definitely work this out, me, you, and Eric. And we're sure to have some other guests on that as well. Nanette saying, I picked Woodsboro. Great choice. Great choice. Or as Billy would say, excellent choice. My favorite. I absolutely love Ghost Billy Loomis. I do. I really do, especially in Scream 6 when she's looking down at his, his case and she sees his name and you just hear him. He's like, oh, fuck yes, get a load of this place. Like, it's comical, and I enjoy it. It's something that I know a lot of people don't enjoy, but me personally, I enjoy it. Love it. Come on, Sam. Me and you together, Team Loomis. Let's get ready to slice some more motherfuckers. Love it. Let's go. But yes, Steven, you have a great rest of your morning, my friend, and I will definitely check you out after the stream, buddy. That's right. Yeah. That's right, Blucka. 3D. I know her name is Alexandra, and I want to say it's there we go, man. Yeah, Daddario, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's my girl right there. I ain't even going to lie. She's great. I love her as an actress. I think she's really, really good. Okay, man. Man, oh my God, Nanette. Oh my goodness. Because I just clicked off of Man's name. Okay, so Nanette, the Blood Rose Horror Nightmare, saying, I've only seen 2 episodes, but I'm going to get back into watching the rest of the Mayflower Witches. Okay, Mayflower Witches. Okay, well, Nanette, maybe we can link up and collaborate on that, and we can catch up together, honestly, because I would love to see what that is about. It's very intriguing. I've seen the trailers, and I'm just like, something I might get into. And like I said, it has her. How can you go wrong? And real quick, because I see Scott said something too. My good friend Eric, the Bearded Entertainment, rolling up with a $5 super chat. Boom! Thank you, my friend. I greatly appreciate it. Saying, hey, buddy, hope you're doing well, man. Congrats again on getting monetized. Yes, absolutely, Eric. I greatly appreciate that, my friend. And yeah, Steven just mentioned about the 1K stream. I wanted to do it this past Sunday, as you know, but as I said earlier in the stream, I forgot that it was Mother's Day only because I took care of my mom for Mother's Day last month. So like, but I know everybody was out doing things with family, taking care of their mom, having plans with their moms. So, this past Sunday wasn't a good day. But me, you, and Eric, or I mean, me, you, and Eric. Oh my goodness, I'm just off kilter. Me, you, and Steven are gonna definitely have a word about this and get this stream put together, man, because definitely would love to get that done and celebrate with you guys. We're all here, man. Like, it's crazy. A year ago, like, you can attest to this, Eric. I don't think a year ago you would have thought that you would be at up to 1K subscribers or monetized or close to monetization. And I didn't think that as well. It is amazing how much support our channels have gotten in such a short amount of time. And man, I just can't wait to celebrate with you, buddy, and continue this growth as content creators together. So again, Eric, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, my friend. And we are definitely going to link up and talk soon. Okay, it seems like I am caught up here with the chat. Okay, so I do see Scott says this. Remember Scream 6 when it's Ethan had his gloves on, but Quinn didn't have her gloves on? Her fingerprints would be on the knife, and all would be traced back to her as a killer. That is a very good point. That is a very good point, Scott. I didn't even really catch that. It's a good point. I like that. Eric saying, sounds good, man. I got a full streaming setup in my new place, so I'm ready to go whenever you are. Yeah, let's go. That's what I like to hear, buddy. That's awesome. Hell yes. All right. All right, guys. So let's get into this conversation. We've been going 42 minutes strong, and we've just been catching up with comments, having a great conversation here, catching up with you guys, a couple of new members to the channel. So awesome. I greatly appreciate you guys. So let's talk about the Exorcist, I guess, believer. That's the title now. The title for a little bit, and I'm just catching it now. I just thought it was going to be Exorcist 2023. Apparently, Exorcist had a bad. So the Exorcist believer reportedly the highly anticipated horror movie, The Exorcist Believer, reportedly bombed at a recent test screening held in New York. After reviving the Halloween franchise for 3 years, it was revealed that David Gordon Green was hired to do the same for The Exorcist. He has plans to direct 3 new sequels to The Exorcist, with the movie titled The Exorcist Believer, due out later this year. Sadly, it looks like a test screening for The Exorcist Believer has bombed so far. Of course, these things do happen, and negative test screenings don't always mean a film will be bad. That is very, very true. Especially issue reshoot or other edits, but we'll have to see what happens on that front. For now, there are negative reviews from the Exorcist Believer screening popping up on Letterboxd and other social media platforms. As you can see below, one insider notes that common complaints are that it's too long and not scary. Viewer or not, test screening in New York City aren't great. Common complaints are that it's too long and not scary. Maybe reshoots will save day. On the bright side, I agree, it had one excellent. Perhaps it's a scene worth rivaling the iconic jump scare in Exorcist 3. Viewer Anon also states that everyone seems to agree it was one excellent jump scare. Interesting. Negative test screenings. Hopefully, everyone involved can make the best decisions going forward. We can get the best possible Exorcist sequels. David Gordon Green directed the film from a screenplay he penned alongside Peter Sattler. The story was created by Scott Teens, Danny McBride, and Green himself. The cast includes Ellen Burstyn, Leslie Odom Jr., Akpaswali. Got that down the last time. The first installment of David Gordon Green's new Exorcist trilogy, The Exorcist Believer, is set to be released October 13th, 2023. Stay tuned to Screen Geek for any additional updates regarding the highly anticipated trilogy as we have them. Okay. So the test screening was bad. All right. What are my initial thoughts on this? Well, it's not a good look. It's not a good hear anyway, as I should say. I'd like to think a lot of us kind of had worries about this being redone. I know a lot of us kind of didn't want it. A lot of us did not want a Exorcist reboot, let alone a trilogy. For the simple fact is that the original is so iconic, and it's just like it's one of those horror films or just films in general that you don't need to remake. You really don't. However, money talks and movies get made. And I feel like with David Gordon Green, because he has such a unique vision, he's out there. He's out there. His vision might not align with the spirit of what Exorcist is all about. You guys get where I'm saying with that? Now, as in terms of the test screening itself, guys, sure, there's been some bad reviews, but that's just from other people's opinions. That does not mean we will dislike this movie. We could watch the same exact film that these people watched, and we could actually love the movie. Now, I find it interesting that they say that the film is too long and not scary. Well, when you really look at reviews for the original Exorcist, they kind of got some of the same reviews, but people still loved it because of that deep storytelling. I wonder if the reason why many feel this way, or whoever went to go see it, the test screeners feel this way, is because maybe they are not 100% in tune with deep storytelling. Drawn out, thought out storytelling, which is what the original Exorcist did. That was a long, drawn out story. And then we ended up getting to the terror. You started to slowly see the terror unravel as the film went on. Maybe, just maybe, whoever these test screeners are, maybe they're not those type of people who enjoy that type of slow burn. Which is why I say we can't take these test screenings or these reviews 100% seriously because it's just opinion. It's not a fact that the movie's bad. That's just based on somebody's opinion. You could go and watch this film and completely be enamored with what David Gordon Green did and love what he did and say, I want to see a sequel and build upon what I just saw in this test screening. That could very well be, possible. So it's worrisome, but I'm not going to let it stop me from going to see the movie. Now, will reshoots come? That's very possible. Usually when there are bad test screening reviews, usually these directors, these creators do go back and tweak some things. We've seen it with David Gordon Green in Halloween 2018 with that ending that was reported that apparently Michael and Laurie were supposed to duke it out in her mannequin yard. And then after basically stabbing each other or whatever, Michael runs off into the woods and just dies out. And then, if I'm not mistaken, Laurie either dies or she's like going to the hospital, like you've seen at the end of the film. Like, we know that ending to Halloween 2018 got changed because of a test screener's view on that. And that time around, I agreed with the test screener because I didn't like what I heard. The whole fact of Michael Myers just going off into the woods to die, I didn't like it. And we got a reshoot, and we got the ending that we got. So, you know what I mean? Will reshoots come? I do believe reshoots will come. Um, will it be significant reshoots? Who knows? If there's one thing that I've come to learn about David Gordon Green when Halloween ends, against all odds, against all opposition, against anybody's opinion on the subject matter, David Gordon Green is going to do David Gordon Green. And he going to make the movie he want to fucking make. He don't care about what anybody got to say. And that is the truth. That is the truth. So will reshoots come for Exorcist 2023? I think there will be some tweaks made. However, I don't think it will be that much different from what that test screener or test screeners saw about a week ago. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. But so far, it sounds, it's kind of like, don't believe everything here. Just because one person doesn't, you won't like it. And that's what I have to say about Exorcist. So let's get back to some of you guys' comments here in the chat. And let me know what you guys think about that as well. Hit the chat and let me know what you guys think about the Exorcist test screening. What are your thoughts on the test screener saying that it is bad? I know some of you, after having an Exorcist 2023 live stream about a month ago, feel that they should have left Exorcist alone. Do you still feel the same way? I want to know what you guys think in the chat. And real quickly, man, guys, you guys are all showing so much love this morning. I greatly appreciate you all, honestly. Eric, the Bearded Entertainment, has now become a YouTube channel member. Buddy, I greatly appreciate that, man. Again, I don't know what tier you signed up for. I'm going to assume Woodsboro. I don't know what tier you signed up for. It's not telling me here, but it doesn't matter what tier you signed up for. The fact is you are now an official member of the channel. You are now a part of the cast and crew. Bob, Nanette, Eric, y'all are a part of the cast and crew. That is what you guys are going to be called. Anybody who becomes a member of this channel, you are officially a part of the cast and crew. You are what make the movie, and I greatly appreciate it. So guys, Eric, man, thank you so much, buddy. I greatly appreciate it, brother. And I'm going to have to check your channel out, Eric, and seeing if you got a join button yet. But if you don't, and when you do, best believe I'm going to be joining your channel as well, my friend. We all stick together. We all show love and stick together, man. And I greatly appreciate it. That is, it's humbling and it's great. I'm lost for words, y'all. Like, it's crazy, man. Just the support you guys all show, it's second to none, honestly. So again, Eric, thank you so much, my friend, for the super chat, as well as becoming a member and becoming a part of the cast and crew here at I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. Greatly appreciate it, man. Nanette asking, hello, Marcus. Can we talk about a movie that you didn't have on the agenda? Yeah, I mean, are you talking about right here in the stream? I mean, if so, sure, go for it, Nanette. I'm not going to say no. You just became a channel member. So I'd be wrong to say no. So if you have a movie that you want me to kind of spew for a quick second, hit the chat box and let me know what movie you're talking about. Scott Walker saying, have you got any theories, Marcus, on why this in Scream 5 they didn't go to the actual stew house? Because money was because the owners didn't have the time for them to film there? Was it money or COVID? It could have been COVID. That's a good point to bring up. I think it actually did kind of have something to do with COVID. I also think it had something to do with the actual owners of the house probably not wanting them to film there. I don't know. Excuse me, 100%. I haven't gotten into detail on why they decided to just use a stage instead of actually going to the real Stu Macher house. I mean, it's possible the owners of the house didn't want to do it. It's very possible. So, but COVID as well could have played a very big hand in that. So, it would be nice if they are ever going to go back to Stu's house, that they actually can get the original house. That would be really cool. Scott says, I've got a very interesting idea. Like, how about doing a live stream watch party, watching the Ghost in the Darkness for the first time? I'm not against that. I'm not against it at all. That's another thing too that I'm going to be doing. Every Wednesday I want to have a watch party like tonight. I have to put it together. I'm going to put it together after the stream or whatever. I didn't get time to put it together last night, but tonight me and Destination Station are going to be going live at 12 a.m. Eastern time. It's going to be a late stream, but we are going to be doing a watch party watching Mindhunters. So guys, stay tuned for the community tab. I will put that notification in the community tab after the stream. I will make sure that stream is up so you guys can get notified and come join us tonight. But every Wednesday I'm trying to do a live watch party. So even for those who have not become a member, I will create a poll to where non-members or whatever get to pick, a live stream. We'll do a vote basically. I'll pick a couple movies or whatever to put in the poll, and then you guys will vote on it. And whatever movie gets the highest percentage vote, we will watch for that Wednesday. Okay, so Nanette saying, I'll watch The Exorcist when it comes to streaming service. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about going to the movie theater and watching it. I know some might be like, oh, why would you do that? Why would you spend your money on it? Well, I'm a horror fan, guys, and I am willing to part ways with my hard-earned money, even if it means I'm going to be disappointed. That's, what being a horror fan and being a content creator is all about. Sometimes, you're going to be disappointed no matter how much money you spend. And it sucks being disappointed, but it comes with the territory. Scott Walker saying, hey, Marcus, you are definitely my top 10 favorite YouTubers. Man, that touches me, man. Honestly, like, that means so much because there are so many freaking YouTubers here on the platform. The fact that I crack your top 10, it's an honor, man. That's truly humbling. Like, man, like, wow. That's amazing. Honestly, like, thank you, man. Honestly, that means a lot, bro. Honestly, because I put in work, man. I really do. I try my best to, and like for example, like last night, only getting an hour and a half of sleep, like just so I can get the memberships done and get perks set up for you guys to have stuff to enjoy. If you guys can afford it and stuff, and to get this stream put together, like, man, I put in so much work as best as I can while juggling a full-time job. So the fact that you acknowledge me as a top 10 YouTuber in your book, Scott, man, man, you gonna make me cry, bro. Honestly, because I mean, this shit is blood, sweat, and tears over here, man. I love doing this, and like that just means a lot, man. I don't know how many fucking YouTubers are on the platform, but there are millions of YouTubers on this platform. And the fact that you're not the only person that said this before, but the fact that I cracked some of you guys' top 10, like, guys, like, the tears, it speaks for itself, man. Like, because like I said, it's blood, sweat, and tears over here, man. Like, I put my heart and my soul and my body for this channel. Like, honestly, when I mean by my physical body, I mean by going to work a full-time job. So I can pay for things, the streaming platform and all this stuff to keep, the streams and everything going. So again, like, man, that is so cool that you put me in that level, man. Honestly, like, damn, it made me jerk a couple tears out, man. That means so much. Honestly, I love that. Damn. Let me get myself together, man. Like, man, it's humbling, man, and it's overwhelming sometimes. Like the love and support and adulation you guys show to not just me, to all of us here in the community, content creators and stuff. You guys see how hard we work to put out content for you guys. You know, even if we can't get it every day, you guys know that we got things going on in life that, you know, we have to finagle around in order to bring this content to you guys. So again, the fact that you would acknowledge me as one of your favorite top 10 YouTubers, that speaks volumes, Scott. Honestly, that hit my soul, man. Michael Joe in the chat. What's going on, Michael? Saying, how's your day going, Marcus? Hope you're having a good day like I am. I am. I'm having a great morning. I'm glad to be busting it up here on the podcast with you guys. And we are actually about to move on to the next topic here. I know Nanette has a movie that she wants me to spew on real quick. So I'm about to go back here in these comments and see what we got. Nanette saying, I would love to be able to come to your live streams, but I'll be doing a watch party for a live stream watch party for the next 2 months. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? And I know we can definitely collab together on a live stream. I definitely want to link up for that Mayflower Witches. Are you talking about in regards to your perks or your membership? Let me know, Nanette. I just want to let you guys know that just because you may not be a member to the channel doesn't exclude, some of you out from collabing with me at some point. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And the reason why I say that too is because Nanette just became a member and she's been wanting to collab with me for a long time now. We haven't been able to do it. So, I'm not the type of person like, cool. I want people to be a member. I want people to get exclusive perks and all that stuff. But I'm also kind of neutral to it that, you guys, we're all in tough times financially right now. So some of you may not be able to afford a membership. That doesn't mean I'm not willing for your support that you guys show. Hey, come hang out on a watch party with me, or, come talk to me on a live stream and let's have a discussion. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Nanette saying, but I will be there. This one is at midnight, Marcus. Well, Nanette, actually, you know what? Speaking of collaboration, if you would like to come join me in Destin tonight, being that you are going to be up, I can send you a link. Carrie was going to join us, but she has to work Friday morning. I was supposed to do it yesterday. The watch party for Mine Hunters. Unfortunately, that happened because Destin's schedule, it was better for him to go live tonight. And that's okay with me. So that's why we're doing it tonight. So Nanette, just let me know in the chat if you would like to come on and be a part of that stream. The Spicy General in the chat. Oh, hold up. Oh, hold up. Oh. Salute the Spicy General. Val, good morning. I hope you're having a great day. Saying good morning, Marcus, and to all in the chat. Good morning to you too, Val. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope it's beautiful weather down there in Wisconsin. Speaking of Wisconsin, that's another place I would like to visit. Maybe my Jersey. Val. Val. Oh, man. I'm just picking. Oh, man. Bobby's breakdown saying, my man, when are we collabing? Well, Bobby, yeah, we got to get together too. I have so many people I have to catch up with. It's insane. Well, I will say this, Bobby. Because I'm not going to lie. I mean, I know we had started the wrestling channel months ago and we just really weren't able to get that off the ground. It's just so much, you know what I mean? Especially trying to do two topic subjects at one time. However, Bobby, shoot me a message on Instagram and let me know what days you are off of work and shit like that, and we'll figure it out. Because I'm off Sundays, Wednesdays, and Mondays. Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. So we can definitely discuss about collabing because it's been a little bit, and I would love to have some discussions with you, my friend. But I'm glad you stopped in, Bobby. It's been a minute, buddy. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a great morning. Definitely got to get together and collab, Bobby. It has been a minute, for sure. And we have a new member. Pow, 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 pow. Let's go! That's the Spicy General coming through, becoming a channel member. You now too, Val, are a part of the cast and crew. That's what you guys, you members, anybody who signs up for a membership, that is what you guys are going to be called. The cast and crew of I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. Let's go! Val, I greatly appreciate all your love and support that you show to myself as well as the other content creators here in this beautiful community. And I am so grateful to have you now as a member. You are now a part of the cast and crew here at I Shot Him 6 Times. But I kind of feel like, Val, you are already part of the cast and crew. You're a moderator. Hold up. Did I just say moderator? Smack my damn self. You are a modulator. That's right. You are a modulator here on the channel, as well as just an overall great supporter of the channel. So you are kind of already ingrained as a member, Val, without the membership. So, but again, I greatly appreciate you becoming an official member and cast and crew here at I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. I greatly appreciate you, Val. That is so awesome. That is what's up. Again, I will keep saying it for everybody who does become a new member. It does not allow me to see what level you signed up for. I will find that out when I get off the stream and I check my analytics and check everything. But I will make sure that whatever tier you did sign up for, that you will get the maximization on the perks that you guys signed up for that membership. So again, Val, thank you so much. You know what I mean? Makes me want to do the Lambo leap. Let's go. Let's go. Love it. Love it. So awesome. Honestly, like that's crazy. Like, wow. We got 4 members now this morning. That's insane. Like, love it. Hey, what is going on, Jamie Hart? Saying, good morning, Marcus. Hey, good morning to you too, Jamie. It's another person that we got to link up and collaborate with as well. You know what I mean? Got mad love for Jamie. She always shows up, shows support here to everybody here in the community. And she's also an awesome content creator herself. She is very good at these damn trivias. Like, she will trivia all of our asses underneath the table, I am convinced. Honestly. Like, I be seeing you, you know, when Destin was having them trivia games, Jamie, you was wiping the floor with everybody. So it's definitely good to see, Jay. And yeah, we definitely got to link up too for a collaboration. Okay, getting to some more of you guys' chats. Scott Walker. And real quick, guys, if you have a burning question that you have to ask me, send in a super chat. Remember, super chats go to the front of the line. You know, I will not be able to answer every single question because there is so much volume coming into the chats. And I'm trying to keep up. So if you have a burning question that you need answered and that you want answered, send in a super chat and I will definitely answer it for you. Val. I see it, Val. Hold on real quick. That's awesome. Jamie saying, I love Mindhunter. See, I keep hearing great things about this movie. This is going to be my first time watch. So all the first time reactions, all the first times, holy shit, you guys are going to get to experience that tonight. So It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. They got a terrific cast in that movie, too. My man, LL Cool J is in it. Come on now. I found that out, and I was just like, oh, yeah, we're definitely watching this. And Val saying, hey, leave us cheeseheads alone. Val, I have a cousin who is a cheesehead. I can never leave him alone. I always got to pick him. I do. And he does the same for me too. He does the same with me too. Every football season, as soon as football season is about to start, he'll send me like a meme like, oh yeah, the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl this year. It's in his mind. Every single year, the Packers are winning the Super Bowl this year. It doesn't matter who they got on the roster. It doesn't matter. Packers are winning the Super Bowl this year. It's crazy. I got respect for the Cheeseheads, though. And the reason why I got respect for the Cheeseheads, because in all honesty, Mother Raiders, that might be outside. I'm going to say the Raiders and Packers might be tied for the most loyal fan base in all of football. Because no matter what, we show support to our teams. Oh, well, that's good, Scott. He says, you know something, Marcus? You give me a good laugh. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad I can make you guys laugh. That's the part of the stream, a part of the podcast and the stream in general. Like, yeah, we're going to have a great conversation. We're going to, dig into some details, into some clues, and put our investigative caps on. But we're also going to have a great time, and we're also going to laugh together as well. I love being able to make you guys feel entertained. So I'm glad I can do that. Jamie saying Val the Modulator. That's right. Go with her if you want to live. That's right. I like that, Jamie. That's awesome. Oh, real quick. Holy crap. See, I am so behind. Okay. So let me catch up here. Okay, sweet. Bobby's Breakdowns with a $1.99, $2 super chat. That's we just gonna say $2 super chat. I don't know why they do that. But Bobby's sending in his $2 super chat saying, just sent you a message, my man, from my YouTube IG. Okay, sweet. Awesome. Yeah, definitely. We are definitely gonna link up and we're gonna have a great conversation, my man. Maybe we could do something for next week. You know what I mean? We can get that, put together. Again, thank you for your super chat, Bobby. I greatly appreciate that, buddy. And we are definitely going to link up, my man. It has been a while, and I definitely do want to get on a live stream and collaborate and, pick each other's brains, man. I haven't got to talk to you about Scream 6. I got to see some of your videos. I'm going to have to rewatch your review for it. But yeah, we definitely got to get on a live stream here and talk, man. Pick each other's brains. You know what I mean? Sonar. Oh man, I am on one. For a guy who's on 2 hours sleep, I'm surprised how energetic I am right now. Scott saying, I hope they do a sequel or a continuation of Halloween 4. I hope Danielle Harris to play Jamie Lloyd again. Yeah, I agree. Jamie has a family, but someone past comes back to haunt her, and it's Michael Myers. Hey man, I think there are definitely multiple ways that you can go with the Jamie Lloyd storyline. I'm not going to get into deep detail here because I want to save that for a video. You know what I mean? But I definitely do think there are multiple opportunities to how you can make this storyline work and bring her back. Man, she deserves it. Her and Ellie Cornell deserve it. They got such a shit end of the stick in that franchise. It's fucking ridiculous. It really is. And I would love to see somebody come along and give her and Ellie the proper send-off that they deserve in this franchise. Whether it's just one movie, 2 movies, or a trilogy, I'll be happy. Definitely got to get Danielle Harris back in Halloween. But there's something else we're going to talk about in terms of Halloween as well, and we'll get there. Oh, we will get there. Oh, snap. Okay. Nanette coming in with a $5 pound. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Greatly appreciate the $5 super chat. Nanette, the Blood Rose Horror Nightmare, asking me, what is your thoughts on a new remake for The Lost Boys? That is very interesting that you asked this question, Nanette, because actually in one of my later podcast episodes, I'm going to be doing a deep dive into the new Lost Boys movie and what we know so far. I find it interesting that since we got the announcement that they are making a new Lost Boys movies, we haven't gotten any updates, at least from what I've checked up on. Now, I actually think that is a good idea. And the reason why I think it's a good idea that we haven't gotten any news about it yet is because that tells me these creators are taking their time and letting Noah Japay and Jaden Martell grow into their adulthood, grow into their manhood. This is something that I stated when I talked about it last year. I did a Lost Boys video last year talking about the new movie, talking about my thoughts on what I feel about the characters being cast for these particular roles. And one of my concerns was that both Noah Japay, who I assume is going to be playing the role that Jason Patric played, and Jaden Martell, who I assumed to be playing Kiefer Sutherland role, I felt they looked too young. They still looked like babies. They didn't have that grown man intimidation factor that both Jason Patric and Kiefer had in the original. Even though they were young, early 20s, they still looked like grown men. That's something that I had an issue with when I heard the announcement that a new Lost Boys remake was happening with Japay and with Jaden Martell. And the fact that we haven't gotten anything kind of tells me they're slow cooking it. They're taking their time. They're going to let these guys grow into their adulthood. And I am all aboard for that. I am okay with that. Because both Noah Japay and Jaden Martell are some damn good actors. And I would hate for their performance to go overlooked, especially if it's a good performance, if it would go overlooked just because they still look very young and they don't look intimidating enough. So, great question, Nanette. Overall, I'm excited for it. I hope they keep doing what they're doing. Take your time to make the movie. Let these guys go into their adulthood and go from there. Great question, Annette. Really great question. I love it. I am super excited for that Lost Boys remake. I am. Uh-oh. The pups are talking. The pups talking for a quick second. But again, Annette, thank you again for the $5 super chat. I greatly appreciate that. And again, awesome question. And I can't wait to dig deeper into the new Lost Boys remake even more once more information comes out. It's gonna be fun. Jamie Hart saying it's your first time seeing Mindhunters. You're in for a treat. Yeah, okay. I like what I'm hearing. You guys are gassing it up. I like it. Oh no. Scott Walker saying it's 1:20 in the morning over here in Australia, Melbourne time. I'm going to bed because I got a funeral to go to in the morning. My fiance's grandmother passed away. Man, Scott, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. You know, my prayers are with you and your fiance and the rest of the family, man. Get some rest and yeah, that's no good. It's never fun having to go through that. You know what I mean? But just know my prayers are with you and everybody here in the community. Our prayers are with you and your fiance, my man. Know that for sure. And again, get some rest, Scott. Thank you for stopping in this morning. I greatly appreciate you, my friend. And I will see you the next time on the next podcast episode. Okay, guys. So real quick, give me a second. I'm going to go let the pups out. They're screaming at me to release them. So give me a quick second. I'm going to turn the camera off and mute the mic, and then I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Had to go let the little ones out, let them, get some water, get some food up in their system, get some well nourishment. They will most likely probably make their way here on the stream here in a couple minutes because that's just how my grandbabies, these fur babies, do. And yeah, they love attention. They're just like their dad. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I love the hell out of these puppies. They can be a little nerve wracking, but that's puppies, But they're so damn cute. You can't really stay mad at them. Right, Val. I am Val. I'm excited for too. Val, I'm really excited for that too. I cannot wait to talk to you, Knight, Brandon, Bob, whoever else we decide to get on this, omnibus throughout, the course of each film. It's definitely going to be fun, Val. It's going to be so much fun picking each other's brains and sharing each other's thoughts on each film of the franchise. I can't wait. And if you have not done so already, or we'll plug this in real quick, please shoot the stream a like. It definitely helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton. My goal is to get this stream, the podcast episode, to at least 35 likes. So if we can get the podcast episode 8, to 35 likes, I will be greatly appreciative of that because that helps funnel the stream through the system. Another thing I have to figure out as well is how to set up my live chat replays. My live stream replays. I have not been able to figure that out yet. I haven't had the time to check into it. But that's something as well I want to implement so that those who can't make the stream while I'm on, they can watch the replay immediately. But yes, Val, definitely excited for that. Okay, so now let's get on the conversation of Jenna Ortega possibly not returning to Scream 7 if Scream 7 gets made, which I would like to assume it's going to be, but we haven't gotten any official confirmation yet, so we still have to treat it like it's not happening. But if it does happen, Jenna Ortega, there's a very big possibility she might not return. And guys, I hope that's not the case. I really don't. I talked about it in a video earlier about say a few days ago. And I want to talk about it a little bit more in depth here now. I don't get what the studio's deal is, Let me like this real quick. I don't understand why the studio feels the need to try to mess up a good thing. They did it with Nev, and now they're doing it with Jenna by basically saying, oh, well, we want Scream 7 done now. We want it out by 2024. And if she's not ready, we're just going to make the film without her. It's not, in my opinion, that's not how you do business. It's not. How you do business is you work around the schedule. If you already knew that she had something lined up and radio silence as well, if they put something on hold for y'all, they put this other project, the Universal Monsters movie that they want to do, on hold to get Scream 6 made. And then you're going to sit there and really put their feet to the fire and basically say, oh, well, yeah, we want another Scream ASAP. Put that on hold again. Oh, and by the way, if one of your stars, arguably your biggest star of new cast, and that's Jenna Ortega. She is the biggest star of all the core four. That's the truth. Not only do we want you to put your Universal Monster movie on hold for us again, but if Jenna Ortega isn't ready for the film, we'll go on without her. That's bad business. It's terrible business. You don't do that. On top of that, you're messing up the storyline once again, in my opinion. We've seen it happen with Nev. When they didn't want to give her the money, what did it do? It changed the trajectory on what the story was supposed to be, the direction on where the story was supposed to go. I don't want to see that happen again with Scream 7. I don't want Scream 7 another B script that we're getting. I want it to be the A script. I want it to be the script that they want from the jump. I don't want to be left wondering, well, gee, this script was okay. It wasn't too bad. But what could they have done had they actually waited for Jenna Ortega to come back, or for her to do her other projects and wait to do another Scream film in 2025 or 26? Like, I feel like story, especially for Samantha's story arc, especially given that I feel like Samantha is a mastermind, I feel like not having Jenna there, not having Tara Carpenter in the film would be a massive blow. It would be a massive blow. Especially in terms of story. We're not just talking about star power, none of that. I'm talking about in terms of story and direction and story arc. In my opinion, Tara plays a big role in the story arc of one Samantha Carpenter. If she didn't come after Scream 5, Tara is a big part of the arc of Samantha Carpenter. Whether that's a good thing, whether that turns out to be a bad thing. One way or another, she is the jelly to Samantha's peanut butter. And I feel like once again, we are entering a territory with these studios where they are showing not just the creators, but they are showing us the fans. It's all about the mighty dollar. It's not about what you guys feel who go pay the mighty dollar to make these films successful. It's not about what you guys feel. It's not about what the directors that we got creating the film feel. It's about what we want and what we feel. And all that matters is that we're making profit. And that to me is a damn shame, because that's how you get a dud of a movie. That's how you get a stink movie. What was the biggest knack for Scream 3? A lot of fans didn't like Scream 3 because they knew the studio dug their heels into it and basically destroyed everything that Wes Craven wanted to do for Scream 3 initially. The fans knew that. It was well documented. Just like it's well documented now with Paramount saying, oh, well, we want a Scream movie done by 2024. And if Jenna's not ready, we'll move on. That's poor. That's laziness to me. That's pathetic to me. I don't like. Okay, so let's say if they do decide to write her character off, right? Excuse me. Are you going to write her off completely? Well, if that's the case, then we would definitely have to get a Scream 8, because then her character is still out there. Do you write her in as the opening scene kill? Could it work? Yeah. But in terms of for all that, you might as well kill her off in Scream 5 in the opening. If you were going to make her the opening scene kill in Scream 7, you should have just killed her in Scream 5, in my opinion. Should have been no reason to keep her around. So there's issues here, in my opinion, at least that I have with this. About, okay, we can just maybe write her off in the opening scene and kill her off. And then there's issues I have with not writing her in completely. So there's a dilemma that the studio has here. And it's not a Jenna Ortega dilemma. It's a studio dilemma. It's within themselves, because they're being too damn greedy and too damn impatient. And it's sad to watch. It's sad to see, because now we have to go into it. Even if we get Scream 7, at least, I mean, if we're going to get an announcement that Scream 7 isn't going to be made until 2024, filmed until 2024, and released by 2025, then my hope that Jenna will be in a movie will be sky high. But if they're talking about filming later this year or the beginning of 2024, I feel like we're going to be in some big trouble in terms of getting Jenna Ortega to get back in Scream 7. And I'm not with it, guys. I'm not. I really am not. I don't like it. I hate when the studio does this. I absolutely hate it. It's okay, Pops. Calm down. It's all right. But I hate when they do this. What is the reason for this? Outside of money. I'm starting to get the feeling that these studios actually like making the fans upset. You want us to come to the movie theaters and part ways with our hard-earned dollars to see the movie, but you're not willing to make sure that the movie has everything in place to be successful. It's asking a lot, in my opinion. It's not just asking a lot from the creators, it's asking a lot from the fans. It's asking a lot in the form of, we want you to part ways with your hard-earned money, even though we're not giving you exactly what you want. That's bullshit to me. I'm sorry. If you're paying, you should be able to get exactly what you want. You're paying for it. You're paying your hard-earned money. That's me offering you guys these memberships, but I ain't going to give you none of the perks that come with it. I'm just going to take the money and go. That's bullshit. And I'm not feeling this whole thing with Jenna Ortega not being in Scream 7. She has to be in Scream 7, especially not just for Samantha's story arc, but for the introduction of Christina Carpenter. Now, the only way I see this working in terms of giving Jenna a small role in Scream 7 is if you fake her death and she's turned into a killer. The only way I can see that working is because at the end of Scream 6, you did get to see Tara show some of that bloodlust. You seen that. When she was stabbing Ethan, she liked it. So if you wanted to go in the direction that Tara is going to fake her death in the opening scene, and then it's revealed at the end that she's a face killer, okay. As long as it ties into the story correctly and it all makes sense, I'm not against it. Would I like to see Tara be our final girl at the end of it? Do I believe she is our real final girl? I do. However, especially if there's going to be scheduling conflicts for Jenna Ortega, the only way I can see her only being in Scream 7 for a small amount of time is if you fake her death in the beginning and then reveal her as a killer at the end. That's the only way I see that, how I see that working out and playing out. This guy think the Jenna Ortega debacle. We hit a quick lag here. I've seen that. But real quick, let me re-ask the question. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about the Jenna Ortega not returning to Scream 7 debacle. What are your thoughts on the studio basically telling Radio Silence, oh, if she's not ready by the time we're ready to film, we'll move on without her? What do you guys think about that? I'm dying to know you guys' thoughts on this. Dying to know what you guys think about this, because I think it's bullshit. Let me catch up some of you guys' comments here. Denisha Lane in the chat. What's up, Denisha? Thank you for stopping in. Denisha saying, hey, everyone, I am at work, but I am listening. Hey, Denisha, I greatly appreciate you stopping in and showing support, especially with you being at work. Brandon, it's been a little bit, buddy. What's going on? Kyle Brandon saying, what's up, Marcus? What's going on, Kyle? I hope you're having a great morning, now afternoon, my friend. Kyle, I have basically they are Shih Tzus. They're mixed breeds. Shih Tzu, Jack Russell, Chihuahua, and Poodle mix. Yeah, a lot. But I ain't gonna lie, they're really good dogs. You know, they're barkers. Every time they hear something, they bark. But they're great alert dogs, so I can't be mad at that. And speaking of which, we got one of them. One of the puppies, anyway. This one's my baby. You scared? You don't want to come on camera? Okay. It's all right. She ran away. It's all good. She'll be back. She always likes to try to nip at my heels. Okay, so yeah, answer that. Yeah, but Shih Tzus, Jack Russell, Chihuahua, and Poodle mix, Kyle. That's what I'm working with. Scott Walker saying I have. Oh, Chunk. Sorry, Gina. That's my fault. I clicked on it. Gina saying I have. I wish I could get one of the puppies. I wish you could too, Gina. Honestly, I wish I knew how to mail. I wish there was a safe way you could like mail animals across the world. I don't know if there is. Let me know, everybody in the chat, if there's a possible way to make that happen. Calm down, pups. Hey, it's okay. All right, calm down. Don't make me come over there and get you. Hey. Acting a fool over here. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about that. I seen Kyle say something real quick, so let me get through some of these comments. Let me get caught up. Real quick, Scott saying, my fiance Trish told me to tell you to say thank you for your condolences and thank you to everyone. Good night. Yeah, you definitely tell Trish that that she is very welcome. She is very welcome, my friend. And it's sad, losing a loved one. And you guys are definitely in our prayers. In all honesty, she doesn't even have to thank us. It's all love over here, Scott. Hey! Katie from Popping the Popcorn is. What's going on, Katie? How are you doing this afternoon? I hope you're having a great afternoon. I hope you had a great morning. I'm glad to see you here in the chat. It's another one. Katie, we got to get together for a live stream too as well. I know me and Carrie are planning a 7 watch party for next Wednesday. So I'll have to add you to that group chat, Katie, and see if you can make it. Kyle Brandon saying, calm down. I'd like to think I'm pretty calm, my friend. I know I got a little high blood pressure talking about the Jenna situation, but I'd like to think I've kept it pretty neutral for the most part. See, man. Kyle saying, I honestly wouldn't mind if Scream 7 was more about Sydney and Mark and less about the core 4. See, but then that's where we get a continuation error, in my opinion, buddy, because, then you're not doing anything different. You're going back to the same storyline, basically, of Sydney Prescott and focusing on her. And it's not like I'm against that. It's just we have 3-4 movies that focus on Sydney and what she goes through. And I feel like if there was going to be a Scream movie that was going to focus on Sydney again, as well as Mark, it should have been Scream 5. Like, I'm not saying I don't want to see neither one of them in Scream 7. I definitely do. I don't feel like Scream 7 would benefit from focusing on Sydney Prescott entirely again. And then on top of that, you'd be confusing the newer audience, because now the newer audience who has became a fan of Scream because of Scream 5 and because of Scream 6, they're like, well, wait a minute. You got us hooked on all these new characters, especially in Scream 6. You got us to like them enough to want to see more of them. And then you take it away in Scream 7 to focus on a character that we've had 4 movies focused on. I mean, that's why I wouldn't be on board for that. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. You know, we didn't get Sydney in Scream 6, and we haven't had Mark Kincaid since Scream 3. But I just feel like, especially with the fact that Christina Carpenter has not yet been introduced, I just feel like it would be a very big missed opportunity if they just went back to the well and focused more on Sydney yet again and less on these new characters that they have developed through 2 movies now, or at least developed mostly in Scream 6. But that's just my thought on it. Hey, calm down. Give me a second real quick, guys. I'm calm down and settled. Okay. So you guys might hear a little bit of whining in the background from them, but we'll just have to get through it. It's all right. Calm down. Okay, so let me get back to some of you guys' comments. But yeah, Kyle, I just feel like that would mess up everything that we have kind of built in Scream 5 and Scream 6. I don't think, you know, that would be much benefit. Kyle saying Samantha and Richie's story is over. I don't want to hear about it again in a movie. They can bring it up, but don't focus on it. Okay, but see, I think there's a lot more at hand going on than just Richie's story and Samantha's story. You have Christina Carpenter, you know what I mean? You have the stepfather, Mr. Carpenter. We have some characters that need to be introduced, you know, and going back to the well and just focusing on an older character like Sydney would not benefit the franchise at all. We wouldn't be doing anything different. We wouldn't. We'd be doing the same thing we did for 4 films, you know. So, I mean, and in all honesty, I don't think Samantha and Richie's story is quote unquote really over. I'm going to say, I don't think we'll see any more characters related to Richie come back into the fray, but I think Samantha and Richie's story go hand in hand because, in my opinion, Samantha has been involved since Scream 5. So we'll see, you know what I mean? But I personally would not be in agreement with Scream 7 being more Sydney and Mark than about the core 4. Unless you're going to turn the core 4 into the cult of ghost faces. Now, if you do that, then you might have me sold a little bit. But at the same time, it would have to make sense. And that might be a little bit too convoluted. You get us to like these characters enough in Scream 6, all to just turn them into killers in Scream 7. It's a slippery slope. Michael Joe saying, we don't need Jenna Ortega in Scream 7. It's not going to be the end of the world. I mean, I respect your opinion, but I also know that's the fact that's because you don't like her as an actress. And I respect that, but that kind of doesn't hold weight to the fact of her not being needed in Scream 7. She is needed in Scream 7. Like I said, she is the jelly to Samantha Carpenter's story arc, as well as her mother, Christina Carpenter, and her father has yet to be introduced yet. So what are we going to do? Introduce her father but not have her in the movie? What are we going to do? Introduce Christina but not have Jenna in the movie? That wouldn't make much sense to me. You know, so I respect that you don't really care for Jenna as an actress, Michael, but me personally, I don't agree with that. I think Scream 7 definitely does need Jenna Ortega, especially for continuance of the story, for consistency purposes. It's just like with Sydney and Dewey. In the original 3 movies, you needed to have those 3 back for consistency purposes. The same thing is with Jenna Ortega as well. Denise is saying, "Hey, everyone's let's be respectful of others' opinion of others' opinions. I will time out here." Absolutely, thank you for that, Denise. Yes, everybody, please be respectful of each other's opinions. We don't have to agree on everything. We're not meant to, but that doesn't mean we have to be rude or ignorant about it. And I won't stand for it here on this podcast or on any stream. No ignorance. We can have difference of opinions. Cut the ignorance out if there's ignorance going on. Please and thank you. Okay, so Kyle wants to see the puppy. Well, on that note, okay, so give me 1 second then, Kyle. Let me go grab the puppy. All right. I came bearing 2. These are 2 of the puppies. And my grandbaby. My grandbaby. And my grandbaby. Ain't that right? My furry grandbaby. This one right here, the brown one is a girl, and the black one is a boy. He is the only of this. We did have 3 spotted ones, but unfortunately they did not make it because they were premature. I tried back to life and it didn't work. So it's unfortunate. So we got 4 out of 7. And the black one here is the only boy out of this whole litter. Poor guy. I'm a boy. And it's my girl. I'm a baby. Oh, I love you little turds. You know that? Pop loves you little turds. Oh, okay. You coming checking on your kids, Rosie? Okay, so my Chunky Jordy is asking, isn't there an issue with the actress who plays Mindy in filming because of Yellow Jacket? That I have not heard about. I know Craven did a video yesterday. I have to check it out. I don't know if that's what he was talking about. I have not heard anything about it, but that could be possible as well, Gina. That could be very possible. Michael Joe saying the movie is not going to suffer if Jenna Ortega is not in it. I humbly disagree. I humbly disagree, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, like, okay, so if she's not going to be in it, then are we going to get a Scream 8? Because if you're not going to have this character in Scream 7, you got to bring her back for Scream 8 because she's a character that's out there. We can't have loose ends out there. We can't have a Scream TV series situation where we have these characters that need to be introduced that don't ever get introduced, storylines that don't ever get finished. We can't have that. That's not what Scream has been about. Scream has been pretty good with tying up the loose ends and tying up storylines. I don't want to start not doing that now. Again, Michael, I get you don't like her. You know what I mean? And that's okay. You don't have to like her. But in terms of importance for her and the movie not suffering her in it, it will definitely suffer. And this is another thing you're not taking into account. Her fan base followed her to Scream. So now you're taking viewers away. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, it would suffer a lot more than you think, in my opinion. Again, Respect your opinion. Respect that you don't like her as an actress. She may get on your nerves. But in terms of consistency and continuality within the Scream franchise, she is needed. Otherwise, the movie will suffer. Kyle's saying, yeah, but Nev deserves that after what happened to her. I mean, I'm not saying she doesn't deserve more money and she doesn't deserve to come back to the franchise after what they did to her. She deserves, she deserves to be in the movie at the price that she wants. But at the same time, Kyle, we do have to start moving on from this character. This franchise is never going to make it further if we don't move off of Sidney Prescott someday. At some point, if we want the Scream franchise to continue thriving and continue entertaining us for decades to come, there's going to come a point in time Nev is not going to be here, or Nev might not want to do it anymore. We got to start to look forward to moving on. Do I want to see Nev back in 7? Yes, I do. Do I want to see her be the main focus of the story? No. But do I want her be kind of in the middle, meshed in with the new characters? Yes. I'll put it this way. They can do what they did with Nev in 5, but just give her more runtime. I'll be happy with that, especially if the story makes sense and if it makes sense for her to come back. I love me some Nev Campbell. You guys know I was one of the first ones on here having a fit about what they did to her. But I also pointed out that at some point we do have to move on. Now, would I like to see them rectify that mistake and pay her what she's deserved and get her back for Scream 7? Yeah, absolutely. I don't want her to be the main focus. I don't. We've had enough of that. That's funny, Gina. That's funny. Gina saying Ziggy is looking for the pups out of the window. That's awesome. That's funny, Nanette. Nanette saying your puppies woke up Jack Marcus. Now he is looking at the TV on the TV. Now he's looking at you on the TV. That's awesome. Hey, calm down. Calm down. Rosie, why are you being so mean to your kids? Why are you being so mean for? You want up here, Rosie? All right, come here, Rosie. Come here, big baby. This is the mother of the pups. So you can hang out up here with me, Rosie. Okay, so Denise is saying, Michael, let's not be rude. I'm about to time out soon. Yeah, guys, everybody, let's not be rude here in the chat because I will give Denisha authorization to use her modulator powers. You know, if she's got to put one of you in timeout because you're being too disrespectful, then it's going to be what it's going to have to be. I don't want it to be that way. So please respect each other's opinions and let's not be rude here. There's no reason to be rude. We're having a good, honest conversation. We can disagree without the. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gina, saying they're so cute. Yeah, they are. Just chilling. Okay, so let's move on now to I Know What You Did Last Summer and Halloween. So I'll say here about it's 12:04 here Eastern time. So I'll say at 12:20, I'm going to wrap everything up. So we're going to cover these two topics in a span of 15 minutes or whatever. So let's first talk about I Know What You Did Last Summer. And there was an article. Hey, calm it down. Hey, calm down. Okay, so there was an article a couple weeks ago that came out about the sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer and the possibility of a villain problem. Well, what is a villain problem? Well, a villain problem means they don't have a villain for the film, or the villain that we would assume to be coming back, there's an issue with that said villain coming back. So let's dig into it a little bit. So we know, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, that Ben Willis was shot and quote unquote killed by Jennifer Love Hewitt's character, Julie James. But we do see in the end that he pulls her underneath the bed, and then the movie cuts and whatever. Now, me personally, I think that is a dream by Julie. I don't think, he really came back and he pulled her underneath the bed. I think that was just a dream, a hallucination, all that. But it's a valid question to ask. Does the new I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel that is happening have a villain problem? Because Moose Watson, who played Ben Willis in the original 2 films, is 74 years old. And I highly doubt that he is going to want to move around much and do much of anything in terms of what, a killer is required to do. Granted, they could have somebody, stunt, do it, and that's not impossible. But I would like to think that his character did die at the end of I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. So I don't think that he would be coming back as the villain. However, I will say this. One, it's not even for sure that the villain is going to be a fisherman. Let's get that out of the way right now. They can go in a completely different direction in terms of the villain for I Know What You Did Last Summer. They can create a whole new villain, excuse me. Or they could create a copycat or an urban legend. You've seen them do this, and I still know, I'll always Know What You Did Last Summer, the third movie that went straight to DVD. They basically turned Ben Willis into a myth. They turned him into a ghost type deal who haunted these kids. Now, I'm not saying I'd want to see that in this new I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel. I don't want to see a ghost Ben Willis killing these kids, what have you. But a copycat, somebody who knows the story of Julie James and Ray Brunson, maybe one of their, if they had kids, maybe one of the kids' friends knows their story and knows about Ben Willis and wants to reenact that just because maybe they have psychotic tendencies, etc. I could buy into that. Because I don't think it would make much sense to have Moose Watson return. As much as I like Moose Watson as the fisherman, Ben Willis, I do think he's too old. And I just don't think bringing that character back from the dead, from those gunshots, would really serve any purpose to the film. I think what would serve purpose to the film is if you create a new killer that might not even be a fisherman. Maybe they get a new costume. Maybe they do something different. But if it is a fisherman, I would like to see somebody copycatting Ben Willis because they know the story of Julie James. And they just want to do it just to do it. Maybe they're a horror fan, whatever. Or maybe, like I said, if Julie James and Ray Brunson had kids, maybe there's something that the kids did, that is going to prompt this killer to come after them, as well as be reminiscent as to what Julie and Ray went to by reinvigorating the fishermen and coming after this new batch of characters who what I'd like to assume to be Ray and Julie. I would like to see those two characters have kids that are all grown up now that might be in high school, might be graduating like they were, that commit a crime or would prompt a killer to come after them. But I would want this killer to be knowledgeable about the backstory of Julie James and Ray Bronson. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that maybe in a year, do you think they have a villain problem? Okay, lag issue real quick. But do you think that these characters, that this movie, I Know What You Did Last Summer, the new one, has a villain problem? Do you think that the film would benefit from bringing Moose Watson back and somehow tying him back into Ben Willis actually being alive? Or would you want to see an entirely new killer with a different costume, or somebody copycat Ben Willis but know the backstory of our main characters, while also having a motive to go after these new characters who could possibly be our running characters' kids and their kids' friends? I would love to know what you guys think about that. What do you guys think about this so-called villain problem that the new I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel might have? Now, this is an interesting question, Gina, because I have not seen anything on it, and maybe I need to do a little bit more homework. But Jordy, my chunky Jordy, Gina says, I thought that they were going off the OG I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I heard anything about that. However, I did hear something a little bit like that. What I heard was that they Ryan Phillippe and Sarah Michelle Gellar about returning. And if that is the case, then that means they're rebooting the entire first movie. We're not just leaving out I Still Know. That means they will be retconning the entire first movie, because those two died. And I Know What You Did Last Summer. So if they're going to ask to bring them back, this is a reboot. This is a remake. This isn't a sequel. So that's something I'm going to have to look into for sure. I'm going to have to look into that, Gina. Thank you for bringing that up. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. Come here, come here, come here. Come here, Oreo. This is my other grandbaby from the first litter. Oreo. This is the first one. This is the one I shared with you guys on Instagram. Some of you will remember around Christmas time. This is Oreo right here. She's a love bug, as you can tell. Nanette saying maybe they could make Ben's grandchild the killer. I don't know if he had any grandchildren, though. I don't think Will, his son, had any kids. Maybe Susie, his daughter. That's possible. That's a good one, Annette. That's very possible. Very, very possible. I like that. But then again, if they did do that, that kind of be doing the same thing that they did in I Still Know by bringing in a family member. And I don't know if diehard fans would like that, because it would be kind of getting repetitive. Still a good thing to bring up, though. Definitely a good mention in that. Okay, everyone. So we got about 5 minutes left in the chat, but I'm in the podcast, but I'm actually going to extend it just a couple more minutes, because I do want to touch on the Halloween part of this podcast that I wanted to talk about. And there's an article out there that suggests the Halloween franchise comes out with a new Halloween movie that only features Michael Myers as the returning character from, I guess, all the iterations of Halloween. No Jamie Lloyd, no Laurie Strode, no Tommy Doyle, no legacy characters whatsoever. Just Michael Myers. Now, I gave it some thought, and I'm not against it, and here's why. Because in my opinion, especially with the mythology of the character of Myers, you don't need to be a family aspect to it. Hey, calm down. You don't need there to be a family aspect to it, number one. You don't need a family aspect to it. Two, you don't really need returning characters to come back to make it happen. You can completely start from scratch. And I talked about this in my 6 Ways Back to Haddonfield video a few months ago. I talked about completely blowing up the franchise and starting anew with Michael Myers. And one of the suggestions I made was kind of going the route that Halloween Resurrection went with. If you think about it, hello, Don. Halloween Resurrection, they killed off a returning character, our main final girl, Laurie Strode. They killed her off in Halloween Resurrection. And what did they do? They took Michael Myers back to Haddonfield, but surrounded him with new characters. Dangertainment. Hey! But basically, they surrounded him with new characters, the Dangertainment team, and all the students and all that. I don't dislike that concept for a Halloween film. I don't dislike it at all. And the reason why I don't is because if Michael Myers is supposed to be the boogeyman, then the boogeyman appeals to any crowd. He appeals to anybody. The mythology, the legend of the boogeyman, Michael Myers, that you can do just about anything with that. You can at least 30, 40 years after the original Halloween to where they treat Michael Myers as just, he's a myth. Remember, at the end of Halloween 78, Michael gets up and walks away. You can utilize that for a brand new Halloween movie that introduces us into new characters and makes Michael Myers seem like a myth. He seems like he's a legend in the town of Haddonfield in that type of creative way. I like it. I'm not against it. At some point, we do have to move forward with the Halloween franchise with Michael Myers in terms of getting away from the family aspects and all those storylines that we got from the original franchise. Basically, the Jamie Lloyd story, the John Tate story that I would like to see play out. At some point, we're going to have to get away from these legacy characters, right? So what better way than to blow it up and make a Michael Myers Halloween film that is a fun slasher film? There is no motive. There's no backstory. This motherfucker is just a boogeyman who comes out on Halloween night and he kills. Or every so often on Halloween night, he appears and kills. Creeper eats something like that. I get for Michael Myers. At some point, we are going to have to get fresh and avoid timeline jumping. There's going to have to be a point where that has to happen. And the concept of Halloween Resurrection, putting Michael back in Haddonfield, but surrounding him with characters that are not related to him, in my opinion, could be a concept that we can revisit, tweak up, and make it work a lot better than it did in Halloween Resurrection. What do you guys think about that? I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. What do you guys think of the Halloween franchise avoiding timeline jumps from previous stories in the franchise, blowing it up, starting anew, and having just Michael Myers come back with a whole new set of characters with no real backstory, just a bloodbath of killing as him, the boogeyman, who comes back on Halloween night? What do you guys think about that? Ooh, I actually don't dislike this neither, Michael. I don't. Michael Joe says, I want to see a new story with Michael Myers with new characters. He can go to a new town and find a babysitter. Why I like that is because of how Halloween 78 ends. Michael gets up and he leaves. He walks off. He could anywhere at that point in time. He could have went anywhere. And we all know this motherfucker can walk for days. Walking is no problem. Or he can just jack somebody's car and drive to the next town. I like that. That's not a bad idea. And then basically, instead of just making him the boogeyman, you also bring in the original concept from what he was supposed to be was just a babysitter killer. Remember, the original title for the Halloween film was The Babysitter Murders. So if you have Michael pick up and go to a new town and stalk another babysitter, that is staying true to the original concept of what the character in that title was supposed to be. I like that, Michael. I'm not against that at all. I actually kind of like that. I actually kind of like that a lot. Let's just make Michael a babysitter hunter. Let's go. That's right, Nanette. I agree. I am fully on board with this. The Blood Rose Horror Nightmare. Nanette saying, I would like to see Michael Myers just be a boogeyman. I like that. Me too. There doesn't need to be a crazy backstory as to why Michael Myers is evil the way he is. He's just a motherfucker, a kid who ended up being cursed with evil, who was anointed and gifted the boogeyman trait. Cool. I'm okay with that. I don't need a crazy backstory to explain to me who the boogeyman is and what he's supposed to be about. Love it. I love that. Michael Joe saying, I agree. Marcus, I want to see Michael Myers come back with fresh new characters, brand new. Right. I agree, man. Like, I will be the first one of the first ones to tell you. I like to see Danielle Harris and Ellie Cornell get their roses and their flowers. Absolutely. I wouldn't be against that at all, to do that timeline jump. But if you're going to get different with this franchise going forward, in my opinion, you do have to avoid those timeline jumps and those old storylines to keep things fresh. It's going to be interesting to see how it shakes out. I will say this. I think this is what's going to happen. I think we're going to get the Jamie Lloyd timeline movie redone first. And then after they do that storyline, then we're going to get a complete reboot of we're going to get a complete refresher of the franchise. That's what I think. I think Jamie Lloyd comes first, the blow up comes second. Because there is still so much money to be made, especially with a Jamie Lloyd storyline, because so many people want to see that. So I cannot not see Malika Todd not trying to jump on that opportunity before deciding to take Michael Myers in a whole new direction. As Michael Myers, not Corey Cunningham. Though I will say this, that storyline is on the table as well to be revisited. And even Danny Bride said in his comments talking about the criticism for Halloween Ends that he would like to see somebody do something with the Corey Cunningham turning into Michael Myers storyline. In so many words, he said that. I personally wouldn't, but it's not off the table, you guys. Anything could happen at this point. Anything can definitely happen for sure. But to wrap it up, me personally, if we're not going to do a Jamie Lloyd storyline, then I want to slow up, and I want to see fresh new characters surrounded around Michael, and I want a fresh new take on the boogeyman. I don't want there to be any crazy backstories, siblings, reveals, none of that shit. Let's just make Michael a scary Halloween killer. The boogeyman. The boogeyman is coming. Let's do it. I'm all on board for it. Again, would love to see Jamie Lloyd return, but I'm not against blowing it up and refreshing Michael Myers, the character, and the new characters around him as well. But okay, everyone, that is going to be the end of episode 8 of I Shot Him 6 Times Horror Podcast for today. I greatly appreciate every single one of you who showed up today. I greatly appreciate everybody who sent in a super chat as well as became a member. You guys are all awesome. And anybody who has not been able to catch this stream while I was live, If you happen to catch the replay, it's not a real replay. I got to set up the official replay. But if you do go back and watch this stream and want to become a member to the channel, go on the channel, click that join button, check out the levels list, see what level is best for you, and become a member and become a cast and crew part of I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube channel. I would love to have you guys join me here on the community. It's awesome. I love this community that I am growing here on YouTube. It's amazing. But we are going to wrap it up for today, everyone. I will say everybody have a great day. Godspeed. And I'm going to catch you guys later on tonight for Mindhunters Watch Party. Remember, keep an eye out for the community tabs because I'm going to post it there with the thumbnail and the link. Guys, Mindhunters tonight, 12 a.m. Eastern Time, and it is a late stream. But Mindhunters Watch Party with myself, Destination Station, and I'd like to thank the Blood Rose Horror Nightmare in the net. I got to check my Instagram post to see if Nanette is going to join us, but I would like to assume that she is. So again, stay tuned tonight for Mindhunters live watch party and commentary with myself, Destination Station, and the Blood Rose Horror Nightmare. Everybody have a great day. Godspeed. I will catch you all later. Once again, this is I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. I am your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. Be sure to also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all later.
You are now watching I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6 times.